Craig Mack was the one that jumped Bad Boy off. And and it got so bad that Craig Mack, who died from AIDS, that man, he got brainwashed so bad from Diddy and got done so wrong. The man went to South Carolina and joined a cult with his family until he died of AIDS a few years ago.
Next thing I know, money come, with this mafia mentality with him and his goons and all that stuff like that. Talking about, you owe us an album. And I'm like, excuse my French, but I don't owe you. You owe me money.
Man, Craig Mack went to his grave mad at Bad Boy.
Craig Mack didn't just fade from the spotlight, he was pushed out and left to suffer in silence. And now there have been talks that Diddy didn't just sideline his career, he may have exposed him to an STD rumored to be floating around those wild freak-off nights. And when Craig got sick, nobody from Bad Boy showed up. No help, no support. Again, these are all internet talk and theory of what fans and people are saying. I'm just reporting, so take it at your own discretion. Now, Craig Mack wasn't just some random rapper Diddy scooped off the street. Nah, this dude was with Bad Boy before it even blew up. Back in the early 90s, Craig was out there doing a freestyle outside a Manhattan club. No stage, just raw bars. And Diddy spotted him, signed him on the spot. This was before Biggie. Craig Mack was literally the first rapper to drop music under Bad Boy Records. His 1994 single, Flava in Your Ear, was the joint that introduced the label to the streets. And let's not forget the remix. It's what made Biggie a household name. Craig opened the door, but here's where it starts getting shady. Even though Diddy once called Craig and Big the foundation of Bad Boy, all the energy, promotions went straight to Biggie. Craig got nothing. Folks like Gene Deal, who were around back then, say it wasn't just business, it was disrespect. Word is, Diddy barely paid him. Craig once pulled up asking for help at some party, and Diddy, man, was throwing money around as usual, then turned around and handed Craig a single $100 bill. That's it, told him, that's all I got for you.
Craig Mack, he asked Diddy for money before at an event. And Diddy, he pulled out a wad of money with a smirk on his face and only gave him $100. You heard about that?
I don't know about that, but I could see Puff doing that, fronting like that. I could see that.
Imagine a label boss flexing thousands on champagne while handing you a $100 bill. But that maltreatment didn't stop there. A video just resurfaced where Diddy is on camera, straight up lying about Craig Mack's upcoming second album. And Craig's face of disappointment says it all.
And I want to congratulate Craig Mack on his Grammy nomination.
No question.
Yes, baby, yeah. Cool, that's cool. And I'm sure you got much things in store for my man.
Yeah, definitely. We got a new album we're working on him to drop in January.
That album never dropped because Diddy allegedly didn't think Craig was worth pushing anymore. First album only went gold, and that wasn't good enough for Puff. He wanted platinum. Biggie gave him that, Craig didn't. So instead of dropping him respectfully, Diddy allegedly starved him out, mistreated him, ignored him until Craig bounced on his own in '95.
See, Craig Mack used to come up in the studio, man, by himself. Or have man that whoever was driving him, whoever he was riding with, he used to come over in the studio by himself. And he would have confrontations with Puff. And I mean, they talking. You understand? Puff would talk in front of all of them because he showboating. He know he ain't gonna use Craig no more.
And when he left, things got worse. Craig Mack went broke, dead broke, filed for bankruptcy, tried to grind independently and failed. Word on the street, Diddy was still pulling strings behind the scenes, blocked Craig's chances, shut doors before they even opened. Folks say he made sure no label would touch Craig, like he wanted Craig to disappear from the industry completely. And that's exactly what happened. Fast forward to 2018, Craig Mack is gone, died from HIV-related complications. At first, people chalked it up to bad luck and bad health, but once all those details started coming out in the Diddy trial, folks started doing the math, the timeline, the silence, the way Craig faded from the spotlight and nobody really asked questions. It all started looking funny. Then the whispers began. Rumors that Diddy didn't just destroy Craig's career, he might have infected him with HIV, allegedly.
Craig Mack was the one that jumped Bad Boy off. And and it got so bad that Craig Mack, who died from AIDS, that man, he got brainwashed so bad from Diddy and got done so wrong. The man went to South Carolina and joined a cult with his family until he died of AIDS a few years ago.
And something really nasty was just revealed in a new lawsuit that filed against Diddy. In that lawsuit, a Jane Doe reveals that Diddy once got off over a Biggie shirt. Just nasty. But the question a lot of folks kept asking was, how did Craig Mack even end up infected? Some folks believe Craig might have gone freaky with Diddy, maybe in exchange for help. We all know Craig was down bad financially. Dude was bankrupt, struggling, and begging just to eat. And Gene Deal talked about this in an interview. Word on the street is Diddy might have offered to pay some bills, but only if Craig would bend over. As you probably heard, there have been talks that Diddy carries some STDs due to his very freaky lifestyle. And that theory got even louder a few months ago when he showed up in court looking straight up frail, thin, gray, and nothing like the old Puff we knew. Sources close to the industry say Diddy has been fighting HIV for years now, just keeping it quiet behind that flashy billionaire image.
Could have that opportunity just like everybody else.
I mean, he actually caught HIV, like having like a lot of women.
Oh yeah, let's just go down the rabbit hole of all of his sins.
I'm just saying.
You want to know what's wild about that though? He faced that head up.
He did.
And he didn't stop. And he didn't stop doing what he's done.
He an advocate. Now he did do that. And
period. Listen to me. He faced that head up. How many dudes is running around undetectable? G.
Come on.
In the game.
Man.
Because I could tell you 20 right now that I could rattle off names.
Another theory is that Diddy didn't even give Craig the choice. Word is, Craig might have been forced into wild stuff at those infamous freak-off parties Diddy was throwing in the 90s and 2000s. Everybody in the industry knew Diddy was wild. The parties weren't just parties. Reports say there were both men and women. No rules, no protection, no boundaries, just oil, bodies, and madness. Y'all remember when the feds raided Diddy spots? They found close to 1,000 bottles of baby oil. But guess what was missing? Safe kits. Any sign of protection? Nothing. Now, folks are calling them freak-offs, disease factories, and the aftermath is catching up. Women are coming forward now, saying they got hit with herpes from men tied to Diddy's circle. Another night worker also sued Cassie recently for giving her an herpes. Even Usher got sued by 2 women and 1 man of the same thing. And don't forget Jonathan Oddie, the dude from that 2018 incident at Trump's Doral Resort. Cops were trying to figure out what snapped in him, but when they pressed, dude starts naming names. Said he got coerced into acts with Diddy and Cassie at one of them freak-offs. He claimed he caught herpes during the madness.
I was like a slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all right? I caught and I came back and I sued him for the herpes and won. But
he even hinted there was a quiet lawsuit and hush money paid to keep him silent. Back then, everyone thought he was just some nut job, but now his photo was shown in court as one of the hired worker. And then you got Kim Porter, Diddy's baby mama. Her death raised eyebrows. Some claim the real autopsy showed she was fighting a silent battle. Nobody knows what it was. And right before Craig died, he gave an interview. Man looked sick, real sick. In that video, he talked about someone in the industry moving like a mafia boss, trying to take him out. He ain't say the name, but a lot of folks are pointing fingers straight at Diddy, claiming he was the boss Craig was scared of.
Next thing I know, money come, with this mafia mentality with him and his goons and all that stuff like that. Talking about, yo, you owe us an album. And I'm like, excuse my French, but I don't owe you. You owe me money.
So, when you really break it down, Craig was the first to ride for Bad Boy, the first to drop a hit. But what did he get back? No help, no protection, no loyalty. Just years of disrespect, silence, and allegedly a deadly virus. And this, what folks had to say, Diddy going to look Craig Mack in a minute watch. This is probably why he only watches now and tells other people what to do. Another user added, you cannot sleep with everyone and stay clean, he is dying. And now folks are asking, was it industry foul play or was it something darker? What do y'all think? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because something ain't adding up. And if you're all in for raw truths and bold takes, hit that like, subscribe, and click on that next video popping on your screen now.